Okay, what have we got to talk about? I may be rushing us through this slightly because I have so much shit left to do,
Oh,
and it is
I
like half
had a
10 at
lot to
night.
I had a lot to talk about.
Okay,
Um,
go.
okay, I'll move right into it. So I went to the movies like 3 times to see a lot of things.
Yeah.
Um, I saw the Masters of the Universe movie. That's He-Man, and that was a really fun movie. Like, it doesn't take itself too seriously. I mean, the character is called He-Man, you know. It is really fun though. I really enjoyed the character writing. The effects was good, and um, it just it was really funny. Like the comedy was consistent throughout the movie. Like I had lots of laughs,
Hmm.
and that was just a really nice time. And I walked away from that. Hello, patient. Um, I walked away from Masters of the Universe thinking I'd go see another one. Um, that was enjoyable. I'd go watch it again even. So Masters of the Universe gets a big ol' thumbs up from me. I then went to go see. So the Amazing Digital Circus is doing the finales in theaters
Yep.
before it goes to YouTube. I went to go see that with a friend, and I think a lot of people who have seen it have been rather. It's been rather divisive. Some people really are not liking it. Others like it a lot. I'm in the camp of I like it a lot. I feel like it's a good way to properly send off those characters and end the story in a good way that has a sort of a not fully positive, but a somewhat positive, bittersweet ending.
Hmm.
I think it's good.
I do
I mean,
remember.
I mean, if you're talking about an adaptation of a story as dark as I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, even if it's a
It's not really an
direct,
adaptation.
even if it's only
It's inspired by. That's a different thing.
inspired by it, yet, even still, if the parallels are being drawn to a story that dark, of course the ending's going to be divisive. Of course it's going to be bittersweet. You can't have, well, I say you can't, but I recall the video game adaptation had a largely optimistic ending. But of course,
Depending.
But this they ended it well, and I think that it was a really good end to that story when it comes out. I'll be interested to see what the mass public's reaction to it is.
Here's the
I
thing.
think some people, yeah.
You say it's divisive, and my question would be why is it divisive? Because there there has been a lot of tiring discourse about that show for honestly
Um,
pretty much just one reason, and it's Jax.
that's the reason why.
Yeah.
Uh, because I think that what happens in it entirely makes sense and is fair, and I think that other people have some unrealistic expectations that are not going to be validated.
Yeah. I have not seen it, so I cannot speak to spoilers. But my understanding is there is a sizable contingent of people who uh basically look at Jax and are like, this guy's mean, fuck him forever. Basically. That's kind of reductive of the stance, and like it is an understandable stance for a lot of reasons. People react to media in different ways, and certain characters with certain modes of discourse, let's say, uh can absolutely piss people off very, very easily. Because of the viewer having to deal with people like that in real life, and it's not fun. Um, but yeah, there are ideas of how that story should end because of the type of person he is, and I don't know how it ends, so I can't really speak to that. But
All I will
Good.
say is that if you've seen any of the posters for the movie, there's a lot of Jax on it because the finale tells you what Jax's deal is. And while it does explain things, it doesn't justify
Yeah.
Jax being as terrible of a person as he is.
Mm.
And
I
Some
mean,
people are
that's
just
how it
assholes.
always is with really big bad guys.
yeah,
Sorry?
if you're expecting
There will
Jax to
always
suddenly... Sorry, go ahead.
there will always be a why for someone in any good story, that is. It is only possible in fiction for someone to be outright born evil. But you can never justify all of the horrible things they did just because horrible things happened to them in turn.
Yeah, I mean that Jax is a character. A lot of people just kind of already had a justification in mind. Sorry, I just ate. Um, had a justification in mind because hey, everyone's in a horrible situation. Um, this is a coping mechanism, and that's pretty much as far as you need to go with it. It sounds like they go a little bit further than that, which is fair enough, and I am looking forward to seeing that when it goes to YouTube.
Yeah, if you're expecting there's not like... I think some people either really hate Jax or really like Jax.
Mm.
I personally think that Jax is interestingly written. I do not like Jax as a person. I would not be friends with Jax necessarily.
I like watching him and his antics. I would not want to spend time with the dude at all, ever.
Yeah. And I feel like the stuff that goes down with Jax is entirely like... I think it's well done.
Mm.
And I think that when that finale comes out, I'll be able to maybe do a little spoiler cast to talk about it more.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to bring it back to something Patient said earlier about it being inspired by "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream." Yeah, one of the protagonists of that was Mengele adjacent and got somewhat redeemed is maybe too much to be said, but like does a good at the end, I guess.
Yeah,
It's like on some level the idea of everyone it is okay. There's a difference between the short story and the game. The game, if it could be said to have a message, it is that it is it is very difficult to be irredeemable completely if you are human, I guess you could say. Also, AI is stupid and you shouldn't do it. But, that is might be a resident message, but it's maybe a little overplayed at this point. But that's neither here nor there.
So I can't say more about that other than they handle the characters well. They give it there's no like huge twist. I think people were expecting a huge twist, but no, if you've been paying attention, you can kind of tell the trajectory of where things are going to go.
Mm.
And that's fine. It doesn't need to have a huge twist for the sake of having a huge twist or anything. So like, that's fine. The execution is there, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't need some stories don't need huge twists. Some stories are just character stories, and this is obviously just a character story.
Mm-hmm. And then I saw one more movie, Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day.
I have no idea what this is.
Disclosure Day is about a a whistleblower who was like part of some paramilitary organization, and a weather journalist, weather lady who says the weather on the news. And the movie's about aliens. It's Disclosure Day. The whistleblower is trying to get out information about aliens. The woman suddenly has like weird alien powers. It's a Steven Spielberg movie. And I think this is the worst movie I have seen all year.
Wow, okay.
This is a movie that is very pretentious and tells you, hey, isn't it so amazing that aliens could be real? Now cry. I want your emotions. Cry, please. Look at these people being overwhelmed by aliens.
Okay,
Now cry.
so Spielberg is maybe trying on his Kubrick again and not quite pulling it off.
This is not a movie that he wrote, it's a movie he directed, and the cinematography's fine. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, that was the
They
thing that I was referencing, was just him trying to
yeah.
direct in the style of Kubrick and not really doing a good job.
Yeah. Yeah. Didn't they got for the soundtrack, they got John Williams, I
Okay.
believe. Who is famous composer who made like the soundtrack for the original Star Wars and everything.
Yep.
This music is completely
And,
forgettable.
and the prequels, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Like, that's just all him.
So the music of Disclosure Day is incredibly forgettable. The characters are flatter than sheets of paper, and I felt no attachment to any of them. Like, I was watching it, and at some point, I just started like apathetically staring off into space, and I was like, these characters are literally just saying the exact lines that the plot needs to move things forward without any like personality to them. Huh.
Hmm.
Huh. We need to do this. We need to do that. Okay. Like that sort of stuff. There's
Who was
very
the
little
writer on it?
personality.
Anyone notable,
Um,
or just
I'll look it up, but I so Disclosure Day is supposed to be, we're going to reveal to the world the aliens are real and they've been here for a long time, and um apparently the story was technically by Steven Spielberg for this, huh? Oh yeah, they have David Cope was the screenwriter who did such great movies like Indiana Jones and The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Also was there for the 2002 Spider-Man. Okay, it's been in a lot of good things, but a lot of bad things. Anyway, um, the entire movie is leading up to the reveal to the entire world that aliens are real, and that's it. That's where the movie ends. Them announcing it. We don't see what
that's
happens after that.
that's a backwards movie. That is the
Yeah,
most backwards movie I've ever heard of. That is so obviously supposed to go in the other direction of, this is where the movie starts and we go on from there.
and you have the government agents that are trying to stop the two main characters, and they are probably some of the most incompetent, like laughably incompetent villain force I've ever seen.
Mm.
Like, I'm watching this, I'm like, you could just do this. You could do that. Oh my gosh, you guys have guns. And yet you never use them at all.
I mean, it's Spielberg.
Ever. You guys have all these, like, you could, so the stakes never felt real. Like, ever. The stakes didn't feel real. The ending was really unsatisfying. Like, laughably unsatisfying. And I I did not care for any of the characters, and I would not recommend this movie to anyone. Please don't go watch it. Yeah. So that's my movies. I saw two good things and then Disclosure Day.
Man.
Hmm?
I wasn't sure, so I had to look it up. Steven Spielberg is 80 years old.
Yeah, and this movie feels like it should have come out 50 years ago.
Yeah. It's like, okay. I don't want to be like completely shitting on the idea of old people doing things, but like at some point, expectations need to be adjusted, maybe a little bit. For, okay, this movie is coming out now from a director who made great films 40 years ago. Maybe we should expect it will be like a film from 40 years ago. Is maybe kind of the approach that should be taken. And from that lens, maybe it'd be good by the standards of 40 years ago.
Yeah, it's I felt like I was being talked down to by some of the dialogue and the characters and talking about how big of a deal this alien thing is. Until I find out in like the final act that, by the way, the news isn't talking about aliens because right now they're focused on talking about the fact that World War III is about to happen. By the way, you just dropped that in, Spielberg. Okay. We're going to discuss that? No. Learning about the aliens is going to stop World War III. Trust.
I mean, it conceivably, potentially, an argument could be made. The thing is, the argument needs to be made. And if the movie stops at Disclosure Day, then you haven't made the argument. You've just said, okay, it's done because we say so. Like the argument could be made. Like the thing that will most quickly unite disparate peoples will be an outside force, an external threat, is the logic most of the time.
The aliens are little gray-skinned, big-eyed aliens that are like you've seen everywhere.
Of course they are.
Not even there's no creativity there. And I came to the conclusion that if aliens were to be announced to be real today, my first thought would be, man, I still have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much.
I just don't care. I don't care.
This is huge.
You made me not
changes
care.
Nothing.
Yeah, you made me not care about aliens, Spielberg. So congratulations. Oh man. So movies aside, we didn't record last week, which means Summer Games Fest happened.
It did.
And a Nintendo Direct happened after that.
Okay, I don't care about the Direct, but
I
okay,
do.
That's
there were
me
things
done
in
being
there.
shit. I apologize. But like, I am rushed. I apologize. My kitchen's getting fitted tomorrow, and I still have shit to do. But for that reason, I am completely ill-prepared for talking about stuff in Summer Game Fest, which we do need to talk about. So,
okay, go for it.
Things happening. Shit. Let's get a rundown of the announcements. Everything announced at Summer Game Fest. Here we go. Thank you, PC Gamer. I appreciate it. Stop asking me to put fucking cookies on my shit. No, I don't want messages from you. Thank you. So, Resident Evil Code Veronica, or just Veronica now, because Code is lame, I guess. Yeah, that looked neat. It took me a second to realize until it clicked in. Wait, France. And I realized this is Claire on her mission to... In the original, it was to find Chris, I think, who was fighting Umbrella. And they are apparently rewriting the story of Code Veronica, so we're going to see what they do with that. But,
yeah.
It looks okay. I have not played a Resident Evil game since 5. I should probably get on at some point.
My dad plays all the Resident Evil games. I've beaten the boss of every single one of them because he hands me the controller and says, you do it. So, that's my experience.
Cuphead stuff. They are the nostalgia merchants now because they do the fucking hand-drawn rubber hose animation, and now also they do like fucking Master System style game, I guess.
They announced that they're doing like a mini Cuphead game called Mighty Cuphead Adventure, because they're also working on a Cuphead too.
Yeah, it was immediately pointed out to me that, hey, they are probably doing this because that rubber hose animation takes so fucking long.
Yes,
so
that's exactly
that programmers and level designers need some shit to do.
Yeah, this is the it took us like several years to get Cuphead 1 done. It's going to take another several years to get Cuphead 2 done. So here's this in the meantime.
Mm-hmm. Very reasonable. I can talk shit, but that is a very reasonable decision to make. Maybe they could have made something entirely different instead of just milking the Cuphead thing, but I mean, go where the money is, I guess. Can't really knock that either. Alien Isolation 2. I did not play the first one.
I didn't either, so I got nothing to say on that.
Okay. Apparently it was good. Okay. Shadow of the Colossus creator, Fumito Ueda, so Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, and The
Yeah.
Last Guardian that everyone is just politely not talking about because Last Guardian wasn't very good. Showing off the new game, Gen Atlas.
I'm very excited about this, actually. I love giant robots. This looks really fun.
Going to be a very
You
atmospheric
get,
game because that's what those games are.
yeah, with climbing giant robots and maybe fighting giant robots and piloting giant robots, perhaps. I hope, I dream.
Yeah. Blood Message. Was this the vampire one? No.
No.
It's a Chinese thing. I've forgotten this
Yeah.
completely.
Me too. I'm gonna be real.
Stranger Than Heaven has a recreation of Tupac in it, which has gotten people a bit squirrely. For understandable reasons, as far as I'm aware, it is not an AI recreation. It is just a representation of a historical figure as we do in many, many stories.
Quite an interesting reference. I guess the estate signed off on it.
They did. They have confirmed that
So,
it has been approved. That they can do this.
so I think it's fine then.
Yeah. Hex is how I have to pronounce this. H-A-E-X. Hex. Don't know what it is. Don't remember. Sci-fi first-person shooter. Lots of keeps. Oh, this is the thing that looked like it was a fucking extraction shooter. Okay. This looks like Marathon at Home.
It looks kind of fun, but I don't necessarily have people
I should
to play
rephrase
it
that. This looks like something that makes Marathon look like hacks at home, I guess. Put it the other way.
Yeah.
It makes Marathon look like a knockoff because it looks kind of cool, but it's also an extraction shooter, so I'm obviously never going to play it.
If I have people to play it with, I'll play it. That's my verdict.
Yeah. Fucking montage, who cares? Platinum Games is making a Ninja Turtles game, and they don't have Kamiya on the staff anymore, so it isn't mandated to have a fucking afterburner sequence, so will immediately be better than everything that they've made before.
I hope that this is good. It's called The Last Ronin, and it seems to be focused on just one of the turtles rather than all four at once.
My understanding is this is a story of... Someone has told me that this is a thing that exists elsewhere, like in other places, and it's Michelangelo is the last survivor of the turtles.
Yeah,
the funny one.
And if with the last survivor, that means you get access to the weapons of all of them, so you get a cool character action setup there. I hope that this is good. The last time Platinum made a Turtles game, it was bad. So I hope that this is good. I feel like it will be good.
Yeah. Man, that whole situation of Platinum Games is just kind of weird.
It is.
Like, of just, hey, Platinum Games was made by Kamiya, but Kamiya is also just... he has made some incredible things, but also some of his ideas of how games should be, it's fucking albatross around any game he makes his neck. So, yeah.
For a while, Platinum had a very stalwart reputation, and then they kind of tanked it. But now they're coming back, so we'll see.
They had a stalwart reputation. Their game still had those fucking afterburner sequences.
Yeah.
Just saying. So, I don't know.
Yeah. There was also Gundam Rogue Orbit.
We're just skipping the Fortnite thing, which is fair enough. Also, Digital Circus are apparently in Fortnite now, and the trailer for that was cute. I just wanted to mention that.
It was cute.
Yeah, AAA Gundam game.
It looks super cool. It looks a lot like Armored Core, which is a compliment. That was great. I love Armored Core. I want to pilot a giant robot. I haven't watched all the Gundam stuff. I don't usually watch Gundam stuff.
Yeah.
But I love giant robots, and this looks sick.
Yeah, Gundam, to my knowledge, has pretty much been relegated to just Super Robot Wars, which is cool for people that really like Gundam and adjacent properties, like Code Geass gets represented in that. But like, it hasn't had a proper AAA treatment at all, I don't think. So this
There
this
was
could this could be big.
there was some like PvP robot games for Gundam, but nothing like a big, game like this. This isn't seems like an entirely different attempt with a huge Gundam game, and I'm very excited for it.
Former Naughty Dog devs are making a military shooter for players who love high agency single player story driven games. I spent the entirety of watching this trailer doing the fucking Crossfire toy trailer lines. You get caught
Yeah.
up in the crossfire. Just the entire time. I didn't
I
care. So
I watched it, and at first I was interested, and then they said, "And we have new cover mechanics," and I'm like, "No, no, you don't. This is old
you
cover
get behind
mechanics."
cover and then you shoot people. That's how cover mechanics work.
And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't.
Okay, well, I should clarify new cover mechanics for like hiding and shit and dynamic cover. So the character model will take realistic cover stances when moving or when hiding behind things that are not the conveniently rectangular boxes that happen to litter every gunfight arena. So
I
that would be good for verisimilitude, I guess.
I don't know. I guess I'd have to. I think I have to see more from this before I'm convinced on it.
I would see why it would be good for people that enjoy first or third person shooters. I don't, so it's not for me. But good on them for making an advancement. Hopefully that spreads through the genre. That would be nice.
Hmm.
Control Resonant.
I should go play Control, I think, before I can comment on it.
Probably it's well Control and Alan Wake 2, I guess.
Yeah.
They share a universe, and Alan Wake
I,
2 is technically a sequel to Control, I think. And Resonant might be a sequel to Alan Wake 2, from what I've heard. I don't know.
I have been yelled at that I should go play Alan Wake and Control by friends of mine, and so I guess I have to.
I mean, you got some time.
Yeah.
A modern evolution of the MMO. It really is Guild Wars 3. Okay, sure.
Don't care.
It might be good, but you kind of just need to actually see it beforehand and see whether it does anything interesting.
I already play an MMO. I don't have time for another one.
Yeah, that is kind of a problem in this day and age. Everyone has their forever game. I will probably never stop playing Zenless. And that is my one. The Galactic Racer thing, that looked cool. There are cameos already, but whatever.
I enjoyed because I just want to be able to race like pod racing. I know it's not all just pod racers and there's other races in there, but
speeder bikes and shit, yeah.
Yeah, it looks genuinely very fun and chaotic, and I would enjoy that.
Yeah. Maybe there's even like a spaceship sequence where you can fly the thing that Han said that he did, then he was lying. I forget what it was called from the first movie.
The Kessel Run?
That's the one, yeah. I like that bit of stupid detail in that movie of like how people like point out how bullshit that obviously was, and the idea was in universe it was obvious bullshit, but Luke was such a fucking backwater hick that he didn't know. And meanwhile, Obi-Wan is rolling his eyes like, this guy's full of shit.
And then they made the Han Solo movie to make it real instead of bullshit.
Yeah.
I like to pretend that movie doesn't exist, but it still comes back to me.
It's good to pretend that the entirety of well, not the entirety, but most of the stuff that came out of the theaters in the modern era didn't exist.
Yeah.
You're not losing much by forgetting that Rey, whatever her last name is, exists. And Kylo Ren. End of Abyss. I don't remember this one at all.
Name doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. And Last Harbor, which looks like a fishing game, but has some cool like Eldritch shit in it, apparently, which I'm into. I'm waiting for the fucking Dave the Diver expansion to come out in a couple of days. So
yeah,
that game's still great. Virtua Fighter trailer. They are trying desperately to update Virtua Fighter to have characters people can latch onto, I guess. It's kind of been the failing factor for that franchise as far as I'm aware, because the gameplay is supposed to be fantastic.
Yeah.
But who is who is the guy or the girl for Virtua Fighter? Who is the main like flagship character?
I don't know.
I could name you like 10 from Tekken off the top of my head, and I haven't played Tekken since like fucking 1998.
Hmm?
Mafia, the old country, is getting an expansion. Okay.
Yes,
Assassin's
okay.
Creed creator Patrice Desilets reveals new game 1666 Amsterdam. A nun simulator?
The witches and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was looking at that, I was like, this might be fun.
Yeah, it
That
could be
that
cool.
might be good.
That is a concept that you can just run with and do interesting things with.
Yeah.
For some reason, Bloober Team is making a Saw video game in 2026.
Yeah. And a 3v1 asymmetric horror game that's totally not Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I'm sure we're all super into. Isn't Jigsaw in Dead by Daylight at this point?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Like, they showed the hook, and I was like, this is Dead by Daylight, isn't it? Probably is.
Anyway, Star Wars Zero Company, the let's call it XCOM like.
XCOM Star Wars,
Yeah.
taking place during the Clone Wars, and
That looks cool, and I like me some XCOM, so I'm kind of down.
yeah, that might actually be pretty fun. Like that kind of like, at first I was like, XCOM Star Wars, and it's like, oh, it's in the Clone Wars. Oh, hey, that could be fun. That's a fun idea for a game.
Yeah. Okay, here is the vampire one that I was kind of fucking about. The Blood of Dawnwalker.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah. That fucking delivery guy raises some questions in that trailer, but okay. What I mean, if you're doing like Uber Eats deliveries or whatever, well, Deliveroo or whatever the fuck the company is, you take the jobs you get, I guess. Fucking jeez.
Yeah.
Among Us, Among Us. There is a show.
Story
I've heard it's
mode.
okay.
I saw the first episode of it. Actually, it was reasonably fun. I got a sensible chuckle out. Like it's more episodes are out on like if you have the subscription, which I don't, but the first episode was fun. There's a story mode too thing that they're doing. I think it's called On Guard, and like, okay, sure, why not? It's probably not going to cost $1 million. Maybe like a cheap game to buy on Steam and try out.
New story stuff for 007 First Light, which looked amazing. I'm gonna say that game, not the story expansion. I don't really know. But I watched the highlight reel of RT Game playing that. That game looks fantastic.
I've heard good things. I'm considering it.
If you are a fan of Bond, that game is a love letter to James Bond, and it is from seeing it, not playing it. It is fantastic in its own right as well.
Yeah, I might buy it. I have a lot of things coming up.
Yep. You are staring down that backlog that you've been like just kind of glancing at longingly every now and again as it gets longer and longer, and now you have all the time and no idea what to start with. I get
it. I just bought like 8 books. Like I didn't get to that part of my day, but I bought like 8 books. And I still have to read 8 of those books.
Yeah. Incidentally, just throwing that out there, but you've still got like a day to get Starlight Knight Billy. He's still on banner for another day or so. Just throwing that out there.
Oh my gosh, I've not even. Okay. All right. Sure.
Showtime. Speaking of gotcha, apparently the fucking Cyberpunk Edge runners in Wuthering Waves. I saw a thing from that. It looks like it kind of ruins the ending of the story, but whatever. That is from a clip, and I don't have the full context, so maybe I'm wrong. But
It's. I think I have some more context. I think it was meant to be closure instead of the actual thing.
I'd
Closure
say
for
that still kind
Lucy.
of ruins it. Like,
Yeah.
the abruptness is kind of the point.
Yes, I would agree. The intention is very odd.
I mean, it's
it-
a fucking crossover fan service. It's going to be what it's going to be. If they did a Final Fantasy VII one, the original Final Fantasy VII, not the sequels, then it would be something about fucking resurrecting Aerith. That's what it would be. It's fan service for a crossover.
Yep. Yep, it is.
Monster Hunter Wilds does some stuff anyway. Swords of Legends. I don't remember this one. Oh,
I don't
no,
care.
I do. This was the really shitty boss fight.
Yeah. Did not care.
That apparently the intention was to show off something really cool in Chinese culture. Unfortunately, what they also showed was a boss fight where there was 0 hit feedback and made it look like shit.
Yes. I could not be made to care from what I was seeing, so.
Yeah.
Hot
Wheels game. Anyway. Attack
Anyway.
on Titan. Anyway.
Can
Just
we
fucking
talk
speed
about
recipes.
how Sonic Crossworlds has some new racers?
We're getting there. We're getting down the list.
Okay.
Clutch. This looked pretty neat, actually. Racing game with some story stuff. That looked kind of cool.
It's made from ex-Forza devs.
Yeah, which, they know their shit, so.
Yeah, it'll be a good racer.
Pal World 1.0 coming out next month. Like, less than a month away. Cool. I will be playing that.
I said I'd play that game when it hit 1.0. I think I might.
Yeah.
So.
Wolf Among Us 2. I didn't play the first one, but
I was super excited for this. Wolf Among Us 1 is one of the best Telltale games.
So I've heard.
So having a second one I'm super excited. That Wolf Among Us actually got me into the comics that it's based off of, and they're really good. So I'm very excited for the sequel. This was like the best news that I never saw coming.
Cool. Stellar Blade 2, functionally. New protagonist who looks super cute.
Yeah.
I don't really have more to say about that other than it looks like a Stellar Blade game. Yep.
It looked the aesthetics looked cool enough that I'm considering, depending on if it's good or not, I might pick it up. It looks fun.
Yeah. Okay, the Crossworlds thing. Apparently, this article decided to skip over it because.
Okay.
There's some weird, like, I don't even know what to call it, but it's like dismissiveness of Sonic in games media. I don't really get why, but they made some choices.
We've got Godzilla and Evangelion in Sonic.
In the Sonic kart racing game, for clarification.
With Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Avatar: The Last Airbender, Hatsune Miku, Persona, Yakuza. Yeah.
Yep.
SpongeBob, by the way, is in that game, just as a reminder.
Yep.
You can now have SpongeBob race against Asuka from Evangelion in a Sonic game.
I'm going to be honest, the biggest disappointment is that the DLC characters don't have voices. I wish I got fucking the rival mechanic with, like, at the beginning of fucking Grand Prix, and it's just like the characters shit talking each other. I wish I got fucking Sage shit talking all of these DLC characters.
That would be so awesome. Oh man, I'm excited.
It would have been completely unrealistic to do because of, like, getting the DLC character put in and having them have voice lines, and then every other character has to have voice lines reacting to that character, and you have to get every voice actor in for 2 lines. It'd be ridiculous, but man, I wish.
Yeah, Crossworlds looks like it just gets better and better. I'm really, I want to go back and play it more.
Street Fighter.
Yeah, hey, Tifa's in there.
Yeah, so we have season 4, which, to clarify, they are completely abandoning World Tour from now on. The new DLC characters will have nothing to do with World Tour at all, which is unfortunate. But they might be doing something different coming up. We'll see how that goes. But 2 brand new characters. Yasmin, who supposedly has protagonist box character energy, I guess, according to some people. Arjun, who is a big buff Indian dude. Bosch, who is a character from the World Tour story, who is surprising for multiple reasons. Good for him, I guess. And Tifa.
Yeah.
So
Tifa's here now.
Basically, what they did here was they had the guest character everyone has been waiting for every fighting game for the past 15, 20 years. And they used that as an excuse to add 3 new characters to try and get some heat behind them. Which, fair enough, that is a strategy. Not going to fault them. They had a WoW character so big that they only needed 1 WoW character.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Tifa. I mean, you don't top Tifa in like this situation. Yeah.
I've seen some people top Tifa, but
Okay, I left an opening for that. I saw that coming from a mile away.
I don't know. It's good to get some more Italian representation in there. Anyway, so
okay.
I tried so hard to just not at all subtly move on. We couldn't do it. Final Fantasy VII. They shouldn't have called it Revelation.
Yeah. There was a different R word that was right there.
They literally said another re-word that they could have used as the title for this, and I immediately called it out.
Anyway, it does look fun. From what I saw of the gameplay and the playstyle of Sid and Vincent, looks super fun, and it looks like they're also they added in jobs, so then you have entirely more different playstyles to play with the characters, and it just kind of feels like they're refining a formula for future Final Fantasy games even further. So I did enjoy Rebirth. That was the second one, right?
Yeah, that was the second one, yes.
I enjoyed it. It also had way too much extra stuff to it. That game had too much going on to the point of you guys just kind of burned through money and just didn't know what to do with it. You just added in all this extra stuff, and it causes fatigue if you try to do it all in one go.
Yeah.
I feel like the first one was very concise. The second one, nobody could say no to them after the first one made a bunch of money.
Oh, yeah. So, that game is going to do gangbusters, of course it is. Apparently this article does have the Sonic thing, but it is after everything else for no reason. I don't know why.
Weird.
But yeah. That was a fun show. Somewhat disappointed that there was also more of the puppet boxing game, but it is what it is.
There was also there's more than just the shows on the first day. There was also Persona 6 was shown off later on.
Yeah, and the Xbox thing, I think.
Yeah, though I say shown off, but really it was just hey, by the way, we're
5-second thing trailer of shadows, and it's fucking okay.
They did the same thing with Persona 5 with the chairs. Remember that?
Not really.
yeah, where they had like Persona 5 and they showed like 5 chairs with like a red background and with like the theme of like jail or something. And then for this, they have the theme of ooh, spooky graveyard and the color's green.
I think the first thing I saw of Persona 5, it was at the end of one of their concerts. Like it was just a filmed version of one of their concerts that I just had because I love the music, and it just had like a trailer for Persona 5 at the end of it.
Um, yeah, I will find it for you. This was like the first time they showed off Persona 5 was like the most nothing. Look at these chairs, and that's
Mm.
it. It's a minute long, and didn't show anything other than, by the way, we're working on this. It's going to be out anyway. Bye. This is the same thing but for Persona 6.
Yeah. Also, they showed some Persona 4 returnal. I
Yes.
forget what it's called. Revival?
Revival, yes.
There are so many words that can be used aside from revelation.
Yeah.
It's gonna bother me forever.
Revival is fitting because of the TVs in Persona 4. It's the revival. I was hoping for rerun, but revival works too.
Oh, rerun would have been good. Rerun would have been good. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping, but no, it's you get Persona 3 Reload, Persona 4 Revival.
Developers get some dictionaries.
You can keep on. Feel free to keep on reiterating it.
Reiteration.
Um,
that should have been the Final Fantasy 2-3. Final Fantasy 7-2-3, sorry. My apologies. That should have been the title. Reiteration.
I'm very excited for this. I feel like Persona 4 really would benefit from a reload style remake, and so we're getting that. Like everybody saw it was going to come,
Yeah.
like a mile away. But I mean, we get
Maria's in it by
like
default.
Baton. Yeah, we get Baton Pass. We get the third G from Persona 3 Reload, which is now called, instead of third G, it's now called the series finale feature, which is really funny. I like the name. Yeah, so it looks like it'll be the definitive way to enjoy that game.
We'll see how the acting is, because that game has been completely recast.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully it's good. I ended up like Persona 3's recast really did grow on me, and I ended up really liking it. So hopefully this is good too.
I mean,
okay.
My heart has already been broken in terms of the Persona 4 voice cast for not having, aha, is this our chance? That just went away after the first version of the game. It's just gone forever. Sad times.
Anyway, so, can I talk about the Nintendo Direct?
You may. That's me being shitty, and I apologize.
Now, the Nintendo Direct is pretty hype for a lot of things that aren't like Nintendo first party. It's like the third party stuff is really, really good.
Right. I just remembered a thing that was announced.
There was a lot. Sorry. There was a lot of Capcom stuff announced, I believe.
Mm-hmm. And some Square Enix stuff too.
Yeah, some Square Enix stuff.
Yep. I'll start with the big one, which everybody knew was coming because it has been leaked forever, which is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is getting a remake. And I am very excited for this because I love the Zelda series, and it looks like it's going to be graphically rather impressive. And I just look forward to seeing gameplay. It's coming out this year. I thought it was going to come out like next year, but this year is crazy. It's probably going to be their holiday game. So I'm just excited. There's some things that are worth noting that Link's outfit is slightly different, and I feel like because there's a Legend of Zelda movie coming out next year, there's going to be some connection there. Maybe. I don't know. I've got all sorts of conspiracy theories. But getting that out of the way first. Some other things that were shown off during this. Lots of smaller games that I was just like, oh, that's fun, or oh, that's fun. Like Rhythm Heaven Groove was shown off first, coming out July 2nd. I like rhythm games. I might pick that up just because it looks fun. Onimusha, Way of the Sword. I got nothing to really say about that. Dragon Dogma 2 is finally coming to Switch. Oh, it's the expansion, Dark Arisen. Okay.
Yeah.
Stellar Blade is coming to Switch too. The first one. So maybe I'll try it out. We'll see.
Okay.
I don't know much about the game, so
It is a Platinum Games style character action game. Um, d- Switch would not be my first suggestion for where to play it. I mean, you have a
the Switch
PS5,
2,
right?
the Switch, yeah, I do have a PS5, but the Switch 2 has genuinely been impressing me with what it can run and how smoothly it runs things. So
Sure, but let's not pretend though. I'm not. I'm genuinely not shit talking here. I'm just being like, it can
I don't
run
know.
things, but it is probably never going to be the best place to experience a game.
It's
That is
yeah,
on
it's
another
not going to be
level.
as good as the PS5, but like it does things pretty impressively for
Hmm.
compared to the Switch 1, which
Yeah,
I
which
will
was just
admit,
dog shit. Yes.
literally a toaster.
Yeah.
So
As
yeah.
in, you could put bread
Um,
in it and it would actually toast for running that hot.
yes. Um, Showed off more of Orbitals, which um they've shown off a few times. Don't have anything to say on that. Rayman Legends Retold, which was already shown off before for different things. One Piece Grand Gourmet. There is a game where you play as Sanji and the Straw Hats running a restaurant, and it's pixel art.
Okay.
Now, when I shared that with my roommates, their first thought was, "How has nobody done this already?"
If I
I mean,
had to
Sanji.
guess, my assumption would be they saw that Fate game that did the same thing and went, okay, we can do that.
Well, I
Over
mean, Sanji is easily the number 2 chef across pretty much all anime, with the protagonist
uh,
of Food being number 1, of course.
Mm.
the game looks like a mobile game, and that's because it is going on the App Store. Like
Mm.
it is kind of a mobile game, but you have a whole bunch of um, characters from One Piece in adorable pixel art, like over 400 One Piece characters showing up to your restaurant,
Cool.
and that just seems fun.
Mm.
Um,
And to be fair,
Pokemon,
like mobile game barely means anything at this point.
yeah, if it's a good game, it's a good game.
Yeah.
Pokemon is having DLC for Pokopia. I still am not going to play that game because it gives me intense um, anxiety when I see the list of things I need to do to fix up that broken world.
Mm.
If I get past that, I will go into that game. But that game is a time vampire, and my time, well, it is unlimited for the summer. I don't want the entire summer to be Pokopia.
We'll get to time vampires. Anyway.
Um, Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave has a release date in September. And that game looks really, really fun. It's all themed around a tournament. You can travel across the world map. You can leave the main town. You can play as one of 4 main protagonists. So they don't have a build your own protagonist like they've have for the past couple games. And I'm extremely down for that. Give me characters with established personalities and stories, please. I'll do that.
Well, build your own is maybe overstating it. It's more like just self-insert blank slate character
Yeah.
for the past
This
few. Yeah.
Yeah, these are not blank slate characters. These are characters with defined personalities and goals. And
Cool.
it makes the desire to play
Basically,
through each of
3
their
houses, but
stories
cutting
much.
out the middleman.
Yeah, it makes wanting to replay this like worth it.
Hmm.
Because I'm getting a unique story for each of these characters.
Hmm.
Which is good. And so as you're fighting through the tournament, you can then like take time between tournament matches to go recruit characters, to go train and do all sorts of things. And it looks like it's going to be really good. And I'm actually very excited for this far more excited for this than I have been for a Fire Emblem game for a while.
I mean, there hasn't been one for a while, so in fairness, but yeah.
There was Fire Emblem Engage, which was the anniversary game that
I mean,
literally just said, like, hey, here's all these spirits of characters you can summon. And, like, that was fine, but the story was lacking in that game, though the gameplay was really good. This
and
looks like
it was
it will
named after
have...
the best console of all time.
Anyway, Engage aside, Deltarune Chapter 5 is coming out June 24th.
I mean, I'm assuming that announcement came with the trailer with an annoying dog barking and running around all over the place.
It came with an annoying dog showing up, and then also a bunch of bits from the chapter. It's coming out the 24th. It's free if you already bought the last couple chapters, I believe, because it came as a set. So yeah, it'll be a free update June 24th, and I'm very excited for that.
Cool. I still need to play past the tutorial.
Yeah.
Backlog.
They're doing a bunch of Mario stuff in the Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC, which I don't quite care too much about because I don't even own the DLC for that game.
Yeah. It's okay, sure, whatever, kind of thing.
Vampire Survivors creators made Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivation. Jujutsu Kaisen Vampire Survivors.
Okay.
Battle Royale thing? I don't know. Looks strange. Lords of the Fallen 2, Lights of P, Devil May Cry 5. Lots of ports in this direct. Creators of Untitled Goose Game made Big Walk, which comes out on August 4th. That's a play with your friends and screw around game. I was looking at this like, this is for streamers who have friends that will play with them at any hour.
Yeah, it's... I don't want to, like, support this term, but friend slop is the thing that has been going around.
Yes. Something I was really excited about was Xenoblade Chronicles 1, 2, and 3 are getting Switch 2 editions with additional content, improved graphics, and resolution. I really like the Xenoblade games. And, I mean, they give me a mount in Xenoblade 1 to move faster, which is a very welcome addition.
Quality of life feature.
I agree with that. I had heard things about the travel system in Xenoblade that were... it was something that left something to be desired. But the part that really got me on board and made me think, yeah, I think I'm actually going to buy this, voiced heart-to-heart conversations.
Yes.
That seems to be the sticking point for a lot of people, and for good reason.
Oh, they're getting the actors
They
back.
got the voice actors back to voice all the heart-to-heart conversations in the original Xenoblade, which were the only unvoiced ones in the trilogy.
Cool.
So that got them back after 15 years, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, really feeling it.
That line is actually not Shulk's, but anyway. They also showed off the new Xenoblade game, Xenoblade Genesis, coming out in 2027, and that game looks phenomenal. Like that Switch 2 graphics really paying dividends. It's like their limiters have been released. It looks super good. Very fantasy, like they're going... Xenoblade has always been a little bit more in the sci-fi territory, and so this is starting you off as with elves and fantasy. And I'm just predicting that it's very going to quickly go into sci-fi fantasy very quickly, and things are going to escalate, and I'm so down for that. I love sci-fi fantasy. And that's Xenoblade Genesis. I'm very excited for that. Can't wait to see more on that. Nintendo Switch is getting a Wii Sports Resort, but it's Nintendo Switch Sports Resort. So your sports games for your friends. I would like it if my sports games came free with my Switch, but that's just me.
That's not... Yeah, okay. Okay, Reggie.
Anyway, they showed off Star Fox a little bit and said, hey, by the way, there's a free demo. And I played the free demo for Star Fox. And it's really good. That game runs very well. It looks fantastic. The soundtrack is orchestral and like really compelling, and they added in a lot of cutscene and dialogue for the characters. So I'm getting this game June 25th when it comes out. I won't play it because I'm playing Deltarune, but I will get it. Another thing they showed that's coming to multiple consoles, Final Fantasy Resonance. It is an HD 2D turn-based Final Fantasy. They basically took the gacha game Brave Exvius, tore it apart, took what they liked from it, and turned it into a full-on its own game.
Turned it into a full-on game. Yeah.
Turned into a full-on game. It's coming to like everything. October 22nd, and it looks really good. Like the sprite work is immaculate.
Okay.
So excited about that. They showed off From Software's. I say showed off. They didn't show anything. From Software's The Dusk Bloods is having a closed network test sometime this summer, and that's it. Dragon Quest Monsters
network test. Okay, that's
yeah
on the Switch,
we'll
huh?
see.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we'll see. Dragon Quest Monsters looks good. I don't have much to say about that other than it sure is interesting that I can have my Dragon Quest Monsters now Persona fuse into each other. Yeah. The Dragon Quest Monsters is kind of like a Dragon Quest Pokemon, sort of.
Yeah.
But they're taking some elements from some Persona-esque or SMT-esque fusing mechanics. Looks fun.
I mean, you could argue Digimon-esque.
Yeah, but I didn't want to say Digimon's name right now.
Okay. Weird, but all right.
Simply because Digimon to me is it's in a different spot in my heart. It's elevated.
Okay, left atrium, I guess. All right, fair enough.
Splatoon Raiders, they showed a little bit more on that. That's a single-player Splatoon game coming out July 23rd. I'm excited for that.
Sure.
I like Splatoon's single-player stuff more than I like the multiplayer stuff. As weird as that take may be. But it does have some good campaign stuff. And then Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
So before this time, all of the Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3 collections, whatever, were cloud versions.
Yeah,
because
the
original
online
Switch.
Okay, that's a special thing that is kind of fucked up. Is you could buy the cloud versions that you could only stream.
Yes.
Through the Switch.
Because the Switch couldn't handle the actual original games.
It couldn't handle it through fucking streaming either. But yeah.
No.
But those are on sale, and they are now porting the collections to Switch 2, and they are also disabling the streaming versions.
I didn't know about that part.
Yeah.
That's messed up. If you have the streaming version, do they give you the collection for free? Like, is there a
I would
deal
hope
there?
so, but this is Nintendo and Square Enix, so I'm not going to make assumptions.
I don't know. Then again, how many people actually bought the streaming versions? Like,
hopefully not that many, but you know, there are people that are just locked into the Nintendo ecosystem for whatever reason. So, no judgment to you, but just like the people that are just like only Nintendo ever, and it's a choice.
Yeah, I am not only Nintendo forever, but like some people are, and yeah, no. It's limiting if you live like that.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 4 got shown off.
Yeah.
We got a new trailer.
Young Xehanort is bad with umbrellas, apparently.
Yeah.
If that's Young Xehanort, it might not actually be.
It might not. I don't know. Probably, like, this is an alternate universe or something.
It is, but through the story of 3, he knew some shit that he probably shouldn't have known. So I don't know. I'm not holding my breath for that not being him. Anyway.
Yeah. The main thrust of this announcement was, by the way, when it comes out, it'll come out on Switch 2 on release. And I'm just sitting there like, but I'm gonna buy it on PS5.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
Listen, I love the Switch 2. I admit that it's a huge step up and it can run things that like people might still be underestimating a little bit in what it can run. I am not going to play the brand new Kingdom Hearts game on that system.
Yeah, let me be clear. When you say underestimate what it can run, it can run all kinds of modern shit, like 2020s, like PC and modern console games. It can run them. It can't run them well. Is the thing. It can't run them the way other machines can. That is the stipulation. That is the only
Uh,
caveat that I will have carve out for what I would say for how that machine does. It is okay.
I wouldn't know because I've not played a lot of third-party games on it. The games that I have played have primarily been first-party, and they've all been like made for the system.
I have seen
So
footage of Cyberpunk running on it, and Cyberpunk runs on it. Yep, sure.
yeah, though I mean, Cyberpunk had numerous issues when it came to
That's a
consoles
different
in the
discussion.
first place.
That wasn't that wasn't graphical fidelity and shit. That was just literally the game was glitchy as fuck. It was bug riddled.
Mm. Either way,
Yeah.
if it comes to like games that I know are going to be on like the cutting edge of graphics,
Mm.
I'm not going to be on the Switch.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah.
And that's fine. You know,
Mm.
I have
It
the
is a
freedom of choice
solid
there.
machine for the games that it is solid for.
Yeah, and its portability is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the Nintendo Direct. Overall, I was pretty happy with it. Between that and the Summer Games Fest, I was like, man, I got so many games coming out that I
Get
can
your
be excited
games.
for, and this makes me very happy.
Hmm.
Oh, we've been going on for this a while, but I did want to mention, I just taught my first week of summer school.
Cool.
And that was nice. I'm only going to have one of those students join me for the next week, which means I can reuse most of the same stuff. I'm only teaching 2 weeks of summer school. And so, yeah.
So it'll
It's
just
really
be a
nice.
case of giving that one student some other stuff to do while teaching the rest
Yeah.
the same material. Yeah.
I had
Fair enough.
them make a play as one of the things they're doing during the week, and they had to come up with a script. And we had like a meeting after they all did their performances, and I'm listening to them talk, and it's like I'm listening to like mini screenwriters and playwrights, and they're
Yeah.
talking about all these issues they came across and why
Yeah.
they're having issue communicating, and I'm like, you guys, you realize this you sound exactly like adults here talking about the same sort of stuff with all these issues and stuff. Like this was a
Yeah.
great problem solving and writing exercise. Oh man. It was so much fun.
That's cute. It's cute as hell.
Yeah, these little 9 and 8-year-olds talking about like, and then they wanted to change their lines and they didn't follow the script exactly. And I'm like, yeah. Or like, and then they kept wanting to change the script and add these things. Like, so you had creative differences, yeah.
It's so cute.
And it's adorable. And I'm teaching it again, and it's really easy because it's only like it's 8 to 12. Like it is 4 hours, technically. I can leave, go home, and make my own lunch.
Yeah.
And have the entire rest of my day, and I get paid. So like, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've gone on for a bit. I cannot think of anything else other than the fact that I picked up a bunch of books and I'm gonna read them.
Yeah. You just said make your own lunch, and I just thought, yeah, oh, that's gonna suck for me for a couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, you get your kitchen.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that yeah, kitchen getting replaced because landlord says so. That starts tomorrow. So as of tomorrow, I am not going to have a kitchen. My fridge is getting moved into my living room alongside my microwave, and I am not going to have a kitchen sink for a while. So that's going to be fun.
How long?
Until a week on Wednesday at the earliest.
A week?
Yeah, they're completely redoing the kitchen. They're taking out all the cabinets. They're taking out the sink. They're taking up the floor. They're taking down the tiling on the walls, and they're going to replace all of that and do it in different style. So, yeah, that is 5 working days a
Well,
week, and that's 8 days.
you have a fridge and you have a microwave, so
It's not like in general my culinary capabilities are going to be reduced, except for that not having a sink thing. That's going to kind of suck, and I'm going to have to make adjustments with the bathtub, I guess.
uh, get some disposable stuff.
What is an option? I'm not sure where I would get it nearby, but yeah. Anyway, yeah. So that's going to be an adjustment. The biggest problem is going to be 3 or 4 random dudes in my house every day.
Yeah, that's maybe, you know what? Maybe they'll be friendly. Maybe you'll make friends. Maybe you'll be like
I
best buds
doubt
by
it,
the
but
end
I
of it.
appreciate the optimism.
Maybe you'll be like, "See you later, Jerry," and Jerry will be like, "Yeah, no problem, Casey," and then you'll have a good friend by the end
No,
of it.
no. I have been like just sort of humming and hawing and whatever the phrase is over like, am I supposed to be like hospitable? Am I supposed to like do tea and coffee and shit? Because I'm not making them tea and coffee, but I will provide the substances required for them to do it themselves, I guess. They
With
would.
what kitchen?
Uh, I have a kettle, like, and I do technically still have running water. I also bought a bottle of water just because like all of my drinks require it, but
Well,
it's frustrating and awkward. And I still have a lot of shit to move
it's their work day.
over the next 8 hours.
They'll get their own food, so you don't have to worry about being hospitable. Just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna stay out of your way. Get the stuff done. Thank you."
Mm.
And they'd probably appreciate that.
They will be like 6 feet away from me at all times. There is no avoiding that. I am literally on the thoroughfare to the kitchen. Oh.
Well,
For things that are fun to talk about, mind you, there's this little game that I mentioned we'd bring up time vampires a little while back. There's this game called Blueprints.
oh yes, I have that on my wish list. Is it good?
Yeah, so that game I have had on my wish list for like well over a year, but money's tight, so I didn't buy it until it was on sale. I have played 50 hours of it since purchase.
Oh, it's that. Okay.
Yeah. That game is cool. Be prepared to write shit down.
I see. I saw that it was about like it is very intellectual.
It is
in
a
terms of
puzzle-ass puzzle game.
Yes, puzzle to the max, which to me is interesting because I like puzzles. But I'm guessing it's pretty hard.
A lot of it is okay. The basic stuff is fairly straightforward. As an example, there is a room you can. I forget what it is. I think it might be the parlor room that will always have a puzzle in it where there are 3 boxes. One box has a statement that all statements are false. One box with all statements that are true, and you have to figure out which one has the reward in it of the 3 boxes. And it starts very simple, and then as you solve them, they get progressively harder. That is considered a very simple puzzle. And then it gets to the point of, okay, you need to pick out very specific details about certain things in the room, understand the underlying puzzle of those certain things in the room, and then apply that through every room in the house. And if you do that correctly, you will be able to assemble a solution that will itself be directing you towards an entirely different puzzle that you will then need to solve in similar means.
Oh.
It is
Oh.
dense.
Yeah, sounds like it.
It's really cool, though.
Yeah, is it fun?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
Like, all the while you're doing all of these not even extra puzzles, but like just these puzzles that are throughout the house, you are also trying to capably build your way to the end of the house through roguelike, you know, route building kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's really good. It's really good and deserved all the praise it got. It is unfortunate it was running up against Expedition 33 last year.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of unfair for literally everyone.
A little bit. But, you know, it is a fantastic game in its own right.
Well, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to trying it out on my own. We'll see how the time vampires that I have planned shake out.
Time permitting and all that stuff. Sorry, just finish on my desk is peeling. Sorry. ADHD is kicking in. It's great.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yeah. So I think that's all I got though. We talked about all the Summer Games Fest stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a lot. I'm very excited.
Yeah, fun stuff. Sorry,
Patient, you got anything?
I've lost attention again. I apologize. Okay, so patient. Sorry.
It's mostly been the same for me. More struggling to keep up with the exercise and just various things coming and going. My 33rd birthday passed a couple of weeks back, and it was not particularly exciting. Both of my parents were sick, the rest of my family was out of town, and while my mother made me a cake, it wasn't the kind that I requested because she didn't get all the right ingredients for the one I requested. So it was. Yeah, it was not particularly exciting. Aside from that, bought a PlayStation 5 at a discount as a birthday present and got Split Fiction for it. I'm probably going to be enjoying that this week as I am finally on vacation.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
the holiday that you've been denied for like 3 months.
Mm-hmm. 4. No, more like 5. But I have it now, at least. And thank God for that. Yeah, going to be relaxing as much as I can these days, while also I have no excuse for not making it to the gym every day this week, and I am going to do it after today, of course. So I'll be doing that.
Yeah, just like remember, the goal is to do something that's sustainable, that doesn't like make it so that you're too tired that you don't want to go. You just gotta be able to pace yourself out.
Believe me, I've learned that lesson the hard way plenty of times over by now, and I think I've finally got it straight. So yeah,
All right.
I'm taking it easy. If it feels like I'm taking it too easy, I'll push myself a bit more, and if it feels like I'm pushing myself too hard, then I'll back off. Just need to keep the consistency, that's all.
And that's all you gotta do.
Yep. Yeah. And yesterday, I didn't make it to the gym much last week, but yesterday did serve to remind me once again that it's very, very good for my mental health if I get a bit of exercise done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that refresher helps. But yeah, overall, beyond that, not a whole lot to report on. Just time keeps on slipping into the future.
Slipping into the future.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
to like a song.
honestly, I don't really have anything else. Yeah, I mean, we've already gone over the game announcements, and honestly, out of everything announced, obviously I'm interested in Persona 6, and that One Piece Grand Gourmet game looks interesting, but there was nothing that had me on the edge of my seat. And granted, that's probably due in large part because I just don't have a whole lot of experience, a very big library of games that I've played. I am interested in trying out Lies of P. I looked it up a while back, probably thanks to TV Trips trolling, and it looks like an interesting game. And Stellar Blade, I've heard good things about that one. Expedition 33 wasn't announced, but we just went over it, so that's another one I need to look into. But overall, most of these were franchises that I'm not a gargantuan fan of, and with Ocarina of Time being leaked as much as it was, there wasn't much hype for that one for me, just because I knew about it already. It'll be great when it comes out, sure, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there was also the thing of the announcement of like release windows that was just very funny, of every possible game doing its damnedest to avoid GTA 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there was one game that was like, yeah, fuck it, we're releasing in February, bitches.
Well, you have to pick your battles. But yeah, I believe
I don't know.
It'll be fun to see.
I don't know how hype I am for GTA 6, honestly.
I don't care. I just don't care.
It's been a long time, and it's going to play like a GTA game, and that's not going to be great because GTA games, for as open and expansive and all the crazy shit you can do, doing that crazy shit generally doesn't actually feel that good.
Yeah, I just don't care. Like,
having the options there is always a good thing, but if that's the whole thing that you're doing, there need to be a lot of enjoyable options.
Super cool that you put tennis in the game. It plays like shit, and I don't enjoy it. I say that. I played it like once and then didn't care because there's no reason to do it. It is just a thing you can do in the game. In which case, why would I bother?
yeah, just because you can do everything doesn't mean you should.
If you want some people to show a modicum of interest in it, give it some kind of optional reward, or at the very least, make a trophy for it. Platinum Hunter, go after it.
Give it an incentive. Say, hey, if you can take part in a mini tournament of tennis, and if you win, then you get a golden racket you can use as a melee weapon. It's like very basic. Here is a minor reward for doing a thing, and if you do that, people will do it. And maybe they'll find the fun in that and enjoy the thing that you played instead of ignoring it completely, whether it's fun or not.
Basically, yeah.
I spent so much time in pocket stock car racing in Yakuza 0. Anyway. I learned to play Mahjong because of the Yakuza series, okay?
Yeah. Yakuza's really good at making those like side things fun.
Mahjong is actually really fun. You couldn't pay me to play shogi, but Mahjong is fun.
Yakuza is another franchise I need to get into. Yeah, I figured that would be your response.
Actually, my response was, as I try and figure out an ideal starting point. And, it's an awkward one.
There's so much. Those games come out like every year.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will say 0 because it is just a great starting point because it is literally the beginning of the story chronologically. Um, it is also an excellent entry in the series, has probably the best story of the series
So why do you hesitate?
because it's starting with a showstopper.
So it's not that the rest of the series isn't excellent, but
It would
this is
all
as
be
high as
downhill
it
from there,
goes.
basically, yes.
I see.
Yeah, so it's a weird one. Also, there are the alternative starting points that are completely divergent. Like, hey, Yakuza 7 or Yakuza Like a Dragon, whatever you want to call it. Hey, that gameplay system that you've been using, where this is, 3D fighting like character action game, that's thrown out the window with Dragon Quest now. By the way, so that's also an interesting starting point, just for being very different and also having a new protagonist and all that stuff. So, it's a weird one to try and recommend. Um, I don't know. I'd say either 0 or Kiwami 1 probably is what I would say is the starting point, which is the remake of the first game.
Naturally, the first game will never be pristine as is. We gotta wait for it to be remastered or remade in a later year.
Yeah,
But
they
that's
have
not a bad.
remade the first 3 games in the series, uh, for better and for worse. Tell a lie. They have remade the first 3 games in the series and also 0 for better and for worse.
So 0, would you say they made you better?
Uh,
I think that the OG is always going to be the GOAT.
well, the thing is, you can't buy the original versions anymore. They took them off the market completely. So, uh, 0 is just a definitive edition rather than a full remake. So it is almost entirely the same game. They made some very minor changes to, I think, some gameplay bits and added some extra story stuff that kind of ruined some of the story beats.
Okay, yeah, that's. I see.
That, if there is one thing that people have been kind of pissed off about with the remakes, it is that they are retconning a lot of the really cool parts of the story.
Retcons are always a dangerous thing.
Oh well. Anyway, anything else, patient?
Nah, just hopefully next time we have a podcast, I'll be able to report positively on my exercise goals.
Yeah, I look forward to it. I've been likewise, working out too, and so it's good to, like, at first you don't like it, but then you really start to get into it, and then you start to look forward to it.
That's how it goes, yes. That's exactly how it goes.
I've been working on running a mile faster and faster. Been trying to get real fast because why not?
Very nice. How fast have you gotten a mile so far?
7 minutes and 28 seconds.
Impressive.
I'm gonna try to get under 7 minutes though. But it's already like just doing that time was like, oh my gosh, oh no, oh, I can't breathe. So it'll take some time.
But I mean, that's an eighth of an hour. 1 mile in an eighth of an hour. That is very impressive.
Yeah.
Which means you're running at 8 miles per hour. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, I couldn't even when I first started running. I was running at like 5 miles per hour, and that was already hard on me.
I'm struggling at just 3. I mean, I can handle 3, but I can't handle much higher. So I'm working my way up from there. Of course, I started at not being able to handle much more than 2, so I've made improvement there at least.
You'll get there. Like, trust you will get there.
I know. Just a matter of consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Anyway,
I googled
that's
for the sake of curiosity. The average mile pace is 10 minutes and 25 seconds.
yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Work hard.
Above average is always good.
Above average by a lot.
My goal is to get to even faster than that. So I want to get under 7 minutes. I want to get 6 minutes and 46 seconds.
Specifically.
Yes, because when I was getting my black belt in Taekwondo, that was the time that I got when I was told to run a mile for my black belt test.
Okay.
When I was a
So
teenager.
just reclaiming your past progress. I can definitely respect that.
That being said, I've also been told that the time was not 6 minutes and 46 seconds by a parent, and that I might be misremembering it. It might have been 9 minutes and 46 seconds, but I'm not going to deal with that. I'm sure it was 6 minutes and 46 seconds. Absolutely.
I mean, if you were persistently doing martial arts and actually working out and stuff, then it might actually have been 6 minutes and whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
So I'm gonna get back my time, and I'm gonna continue to get even faster because I like running. Actually,
it is invigorating.
Also, you can escape from predators.
Yeah.
Yes, because we all know that Zero is constantly in danger of being eaten by wild bears.
This is true. I am actually. Yeah, I'm glad that you recognize this.
I mean, I'm just gonna say, I had a thought when I had a realization when I said he can outrun predators, and realized that might not mean animals. And then patient said wild bears, and I realized that also still might not mean animals. Anyway.
Yes, anyway, is this the part where we talk about Patreon?
Yeah. Okay.
This would be the part where we talk about Patreon. Yeah. Although I'm currently having some issues. So if you would give me a moment here. Because I got logged out and I have to do I'm trying to get the right password in. Okay. Because yeah, I've not logged into this thing for a while because I have a separate email set up for it. So let me get this set up here.
I like how I didn't help you with vamping at all. Like, just stayed completely silent while you tried.
I'm trying to stall here as I get it booted up. I guess whatever. Cut this out. Edit it, please. I beg of you.
I mean, that's not going to happen.
No, you're not.
No,
it's too
if
lazy,
if I was to go far enough to edit it, then I would edit it in twice.
Don't you? Okay. Thank you to our patrons for donating to us on Patreon. Rehitsia, Vale, Greek Guy, Ethan Neff, and the Crossbrain. We really appreciate your patronage and your support. And screw you, Casey. Yeah. If you want to support us, you do this. Do your job. I want to do this. You do it.
I'm gonna be real. Completely lost focus on everything that's been happening for the past minute or so.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Discord link in the description. Look, Patreon in the description if you feel so inclined.
all of the shit that I still have to do. So just fucking. Okay. So
and
yeah, Discord and Patreon links in the description. Thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Until next time, where we promise absolutely no less chaos.